Season 8. Before the launch of the 7th season of NYPD Blue, David Milch announced he'd be stepping back from the show. Few believed him, and with good reason. Even though Mark Tinker was added as an executive producer to help with the burden, Milch stuck around for the entire year as showrunner and has a writing credit on most of the episodes. Milch was intrinsically linked to the show, and the idea of him casually walking away seemed unlikely. Milch made the same announcement before the start of Season 8, and he meant it this time. This makes the Season 7 finale more poignant, especially in regards to Sippowitz and the crisis of faith displayed in that episode. With the nebulous credit of executive consultant, Milch still had an official title on the show, but the majority of his time was spent developing his new CBS series, Big Apple. What exactly Milch contributed to this year remains unclear. The dialogue clearly isn't his. As Stephen Bochco declared when he returned to daily duties on the show this season, quote, "That's Milch speak. We don't know how to do Milch speak, so we have to do some other kind of speak. There's no question the tone of the show is altered because of that." Unquote. Hypothetically, Milch was still free to contribute ideas and argue against a direction he disagreed with. However, Stephen Bochco always had the final say on every aspect of the series, so if he was overruling Milch even when Milch was the daily showrunner, like when Milch refused to cast David Caruso and later lobbied to kill Caruso's character off, he wasn't likely to bow down to Milch's opinion with Milch halfway gone from the series anyway. In front of the camera, the show also has no shortage of turnover. In fact, this year has more cast changes than any other season in the show's entire run. It also leaves Dennis Franz as the only remaining original cast member. The opening credits are altered 3 times this year, and even if no one wanted to make it official, the season finale marked the exit of the series' co-lead. The cast this year? Dennis Franz as Detective Andy Sippowitz. Sippowitz almost made it through a season without a horrific life-altering event. The year opens with Sippowitz discovering that his young son Theo does not, in fact, have cancer. And he even finds a new, not quite official, girlfriend in the form of Cynthia Gibson. This doesn't work out, largely because Cynthia hasn't dated a man in ages and foolishly inserts her goofball uncle into their relationship. Sippowitz isn't alone long, though, because he reconnects with his ex-wife over their love of Theo and is soon engaged. The show, with zero subtlety, makes it obvious that Sippowitz has no romantic feelings for her, and there's no way a wedding is in their future. Katie Sippowitz is the one devastated by the broken engagement, however. Andy doesn't have his big dramatic crisis until the season finale, when his partner goes missing and a dead stripper is found in his apartment. Rick Schroeder as Detective Danny Sorenson. A few weeks into the season, rumors persisted that Rick Schroeder was leaving the show. All involved denied it, although more than one source claimed Schroeder was anxious to take his growing family out of Hollywood. The season finale doesn't even feature Schroeder at all, which means his final moment on the show is from the episode preceding it, Danny's heart-to-heart with Sippowitz following a drunken fight at a strip club. Actually not a bad way for Danny to go out, as we learn more about why he's been behaving so erratically this year, and his apology to Sippowitz does feel sincere. If they're going to gel as a partnership, something that's yet to happen for the past 3 seasons, this is a believable starting point. The finale was allegedly written when no one was sure if Rick Schroeder would be released from his contract, and the script does seem to reflect this. Maybe Danny's fled the country to be with his mother, or perhaps the mob has gotten to him. Or this could all be linked to the undercover assignment he was given in the penultimate episode. He's either going to shape up and become a reliable partner for Sippowitz, or he's going to die. What's frustrating is that Rick Schroeder is genuinely good this year. After flailing through his opening season, then finding his footing in the second year, he should have been given the material of a lifetime this season. Instead, he's often saddled with the weakest Danny stories yet. Danny is clingy with Diane, obtuse with his girlfriend Mary, and irrationally violent with more than one suspect. Then he fades into the background for several episodes, before the writers realize that they'll probably have to write him out soon. Schroeder sells everything he's given. The stiff deliveries and unconvincing accent are gone, but his character arc doesn't add up. Most of the mysteries that have been teased for the past 3 seasons are revealed in an info dump in the finale. Again, an episode that doesn't even feature Schroeder. So much of the satisfaction is sucked away. There's no real payoff for Danny, which is a shame because Schroeder had matured enough to pull it off this year. James McDaniel as Lieutenant Arthur Fancy. After years of having not much to do, James McDaniel left to pursue a film career. The character of Lieutenant Fancy exits 13 episodes into the year, giving the writers enough time to grant him a memorable send-off, if they truly wanted to. Instead, Fancy's promoted to captain, makes his peace with Sippowitz, in 3 different scenes for some reason, and does one last solid for the detectives of the 15th. Fancy's treated just as dispassionately as most cast members after he exits. He's rarely if ever mentioned, and the actor doesn't return for any guest spots. It's a disappointment, because he's always been a valuable addition to the show, even if it was an often thankless role. Kim Delaney as Detective Diane Russell. Kim Delaney remains for the first 18 episodes of the season, giving the actress that's taking her slot more than enough time to establish herself, and allowing the character of Diane a few opportunities to finish her story. And still, the writers botched her exit. That's 3 for 3 in the disappointing exits category. The alleged character arc that's supposed to end with her taking an extended leave of absence doesn't feel as if it's something that the writers had 18 episodes to develop. Diane foolishly begins a romantic relationship with Danny, realizes quickly that she's made a mistake, starts to develop feelings for one of the doctors who treated her late husband, conclusively silences a recurring character that's been pestering her for 2 seasons, has a conversation with a reluctant witness that causes her to reevaluate her life, and finally decides to use the bereavement leave she never took when her husband died.